Hey everyone, change of scenery. My camera was full, so it stopped recording. Alright Libra, we have a change of scenery here. And I'm going to go ahead and I started on your reading in the truck and the camera cut out, so I'm going to use the same card. And what it is, it was the Lovers reversed. Alright Libra? So what this means is for you this week, the energy, I'm going to read you what it says in the book. So let me read that real quick and then I'll tell you my insights into this. So right now I'm in a metro park near my house. Much better than reading in my truck. So I'm not at work anymore, so I can I did my last video on my break, but here we go. Lovers reversed, communication breakdown. It says even when it shows up in reverse, it is still a positive omen. The intensity is only a bit weaker than it when it's upright. So I'm going to read the upright reading because all it's saying is this is a little bit less intense than that. And what it says is the Lovers soul connection. The Lovers card is usually, but not always, connected to a romantic relationship, one that deeply touches your heart. You may be unsure if you've met your perfect match. Ask yourself, is it easier than it is hard? If so, dive in head first. So that's a good question to ask yourself this week. In your relationship that you've got, if you've got one, or maybe there's somebody that you thought would be a relationship if you're single, and maybe it's not really working out. That could be a Lover's reverse situation, or there's complications that's making it more difficult than it could be. It doesn't mean it's over if that's the case, so just could be a little bit of a disconnect this week. And that stellium, that Virgo stellium for you, Libra, it's in your 12th house, which is if things in the background, in the subconscious, things that are unseen. It can even mean hidden enemies. So maybe, if you're in a relationship, maybe your partner is doing something behind your back, not necessarily like cheating or anything like that. Maybe they're doing something that you wouldn't approve of, and they just need to, I guess, not have to worry about your approval, and they're just doing it. That could be very aligned with this energy, as well as possibly you're just not really connecting with your lover this week. Like there's just some kind of a disconnect, and that happens in relationships from time to time. It's not all roses all the time, right? So just that Lover's card, what it did say, it was just a lesser energy when it's reversed. So I would say there's still so much positive energy out there with these alignments out in astrology, pretty much for everyone on Earth. So, if it's an ebb in your love life this week, just kick back, maybe do that evaluation like it said. Ask yourself, is there more good or more bad in the relationship that you're in? All right, Libra, that's my advice for you. Okay, Scorpio, let's get to it. It's kind of cool. These cards, they come in a little tin. These White Sage Tarot cards, and they're only like less. I think there was like $12, $12.50, something like that. Definitely I think I might have one time bought a deck of Rider-Waite tarot cards for like $8 at Walmart, but it's up there with the cheapest cards I've ever purchased. And I like them. I'm enjoying them. All right, Scorpio. Go ahead and see what the energy is telling us about this week for you. Alright. We got the Hierophant upright. Now, that's a beautiful card there, isn't it? You got the deer and the key. So, what is the key, right? Well, the deer, Hierophant kind of stands for, it's a major arcana card. It stands kind of for the five senses, right? Being in control and living within natural law. In the traditional sense, it's usually a card that has like a spiritual leader of some sort, usually depicted you know, as having dominion over the spiritual realm on Earth. That's kind of the Hierophant energy. So let's go ahead and see what the book has to say here. Oh, I opened right up to it. Alright, Scorpio, it says, upright, inner teacher, power of letting go. The Hierophant is all about learning good judgment. No need to search the answer. The answers lie deep inside. You only need to sit and quiet your mind. This deer knows how to be a deer. Although she is vulnerable, she is confident yet relaxed. So, I guess that's the wisdom of you know, having five senses but not living in fear. You know, understanding that this physical manifestation is really a spiritual manifestation. And that's why that deer, that vulnerable deer, can lay there asleep with the key. And the key is that not living in fear part. So, for me, what this is saying for you... Whoa! That was a black squirrel. I've never seen that. We're going to go check that squirrel out. I want you guys to see this. It ran right by me. You guys probably heard it squeak as it came upon me. It probably wasn't expecting me to be here. Oh, it's already taken off. Nature, man. You gotta love it. That kind of made me jump, because, I mean, it ran right by me. I've never seen a black squirrel like that. What a beautiful animal. It was all the way black. Wow. I still see it, but if I go chasing after it, it's going to be pointless. So, anyways, a black squirrel, Scorpio. How appropriate that when I'm doing your reading, a black spirit animal comes running through, you know, signifying that shadow work, right? Because right now that stellium in Virgo, which signifies like work, like you being, everyone's kind of focused on their own thing right now. And for you, Scorpio, that that thing, that stellium, it's showing up in your, well, it's going to be in your 11th house. So that's the house of like altruism and humanitarianism, organizations, finding your place, being of importance within an organization. It can be of hopes and dreams. Really kind of finding your groove and your thing on Earth, even outside of like your career, just like what maybe feels like your purpose. And I would say this week you might really come into touch with that, especially with the Hierophant card coming out. So I would say it'd be a good time to, maybe you're doing something with social media. This would show that you're resonating with people, that you're getting some kind of eyes on you when it comes to that sort of thing, or whatever group you're in. You know, you're kind of at the forefront of spiritual leadership because you have that Hierophant card there. So I'd say that would be your weekly energy here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go into Sag. I got my Cincinnati Reds shirt on. How appropriate for reading tarot and doing astrology, right? Hey! See, that's the thing. Out here, there's just going to be bike riders that go by every once in a while. Alright. That black squirrel is something else. I'm gonna look that up later. See if it has any sort of symbolism to it. I've never seen a black squirrel. I didn't even know they existed out here, especially in Dayton, Ohio. That's crazy. Alright, Sag. You got the King of Cups upright. So I'm gonna go ahead and read from the book, and we'll get into it. But give me a second. I'm kind of putting these cards back in the tin between pulling the cards, so that way they don't get all on the ground and in the dirt out here in the wilderness. Not really the wilderness, but you know what I mean. Alright, so I'm going to say the King of Cups. A lot of times kings and the court cards signify people. This could be somebody that's going to be of importance to you this week. There's Sag. And when it's upright, this is what it says. Yin Yang, caring soul. The King of Cups shows a man with truly balanced masculine and feminine energy. He is a laid back and caring old soul. The King of Cups is a real family man, always there for you when you need him. So, for you, Sag, I would say, look for that emotional man that's really developed his feminine side as well as his masculine side. The real friend, right? That's going to be somebody that you connect with. That's the energy of the week. So look for that person, and maybe that person is you. Maybe that person is you coming into yourself and understanding your masculine and your feminine energy, and just trying to be a really good family man. If you're a male, and that's, or maybe it's a good friend of yours if you're a male. For female, maybe it's somebody you're in a relationship, because this falls, it might be a boss as well. And the reason why I say that is because it falls in that stellium. Again, that Virgo stellium is in your 10th house now. Alright, Sag. So what it means is maybe you're going to come under the eyes of your boss, and your boss is going to really find value in you. So hello. So I would say go ahead, and maybe as someone at work, even, because it's in the house of your career, your status. That's why I'm saying it might be your boss. But it also could be a coworker that has a lot of influence. Maybe a coworker becoming a friend might be something that would fit into this theme. Alright there, so Sag, we're going to go into Cap now. Alright, Cap. Ooh, that jumped out at me. That always means that's the card, right? Judgment. Alright, Cap. So, Judgment is also the Aeon. It's the number 20 in the major arcana. Next year, we're going to be in Judgment year. This year, we're in the Sun 19. Next year, we're going to be in Judgment. And we're all going to be having to make a choice next year, at least in America. And I've already made my choice for next year. It's to not vote. I'm done. I'm an anarchist, by the way, so I'm just going to live as one. But anyways, let's get into the 20 and see what it says in here. It says, Judgment, Epiphany, Dharma. A light bulb shines. It is an interrogation light or an aha moment. The choice is up to you. Focus on white light, true self, and life goals. So this is all about like coming to a bridge. So visualize this. You come to a bridge, and you know what's on the other side, and you have a choice. You know there's going to be some hard things, but you also know there's some good things on the other side. Now you could stay on the side of the familiar and go back and keep living what you've been doing, or you can go across that bridge and start to live in the new reality. That's kind of the energy of this card and Judgment itself. You got to use your discernment. You got to use your judgment in some way, Capricorn. And this is falling in your 9th house, which is a house of like spirituality and philosophy, and also higher education. So this could mean that this is where the Virgo stellium falls, in your 9th house. So that's what I was talking about, because that's the most important energy of this week, is that Virgo stellium. And what it's saying is that maybe you're at a place where you're having to make a decision about something that has to do with your higher education, or something you want to learn, and you're going to actually make a decision whether to continue with something that has to do with learning, or to start something that has to do with learning. And you're going to I would suggest what it said, contemplation, that meditation, focusing on the white light. If you just kind of clear your mind in this energy of this week and just kind of sit in this decision that's going to have to be made, this choice that's going to have to be made, you'll get some clarity and some insight that will come through. So try to still your mind. Maybe throughout the whole week. Maybe take the whole week if you can, if you don't have to make this decision right away. But you definitely want to get some kind of clarity before you go into the decision. So you fully accepted the decision to cross the bridge or to stay on the side that you're on. All right, Sag. So we're going to go, I'm in a Sag cap, I'm sorry. I'm a little behind in my mind, I guess. All right, so we're going to go into Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Let's see what you got, Aquarius. Let's see what the universe is trying to talk to you about this week. It's trying to bring into your life, Aquarius, rising Aquarius, sun, moon, and stellium people. Alright, so, oh, there you are, Aquarius. Getting a lot of upright cards this week. I like that. It's the Eight of Wands, alright? So, from my study, the Eight of Wands is swiftness, communication. Let's see what it says in here. Alright. Starts with the wands. There we go. It says, travel, change. The struggles and battles of the Seven of Wands are now in the past. Get ready for swift change. This may be a good time for air travel. The orange ribbon glides between the meshes of the wands with ease. So this is like a freeing energy. It's kind of like the struggle part of whatever you've been striving for is done, and now you're kind of freed up, and you have this week of freedom and communication, and it's like things just kind of want to move, you know, in the universe around you. So this energy with this Virgo stellium for you is in your 8th house. So what that means is it may be other people's resources somehow benefit you, and you're able to use that for this swiftness. So keep an eye out for that. Like, keep an eye out for how the momentum and the movement can be utilized by other people blessing you with their resources that may come to you through maybe inheritances. I mean, this would definitely be an energy for that type of thing. Also, you know, working on things that are like financial things, getting reports together, that would be a good use of the energy of this week, because it's Virgo energy in the house of Scorpio, which is the 8th house, which would be about finances, and more like understanding finances and the depth, the wellspring of finances, more than the actual tangible finances that would be represented more by the 2nd house, or the career, which would be represented by the 10th house. This is more like how the universe kind of brings finances to you. I was wondering, there might be another animal on its way. I might be sitting on the animal path here. I heard something. Alright, so that's the energy you got going for you there, Aquarius. Alright, so just, you know, travel, that might be a real thing for you this week. You might be traveling. I got some dogs coming. They're probably gonna come up to me because animals love me. It's part of all the Scorpio energy I got. But, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and this is for the last guy here, Pisces. So I'm gonna stop this till these people go by, and then I'll resume. While they were going by, I put the cards down for a minute, and I picked them up and just started kind of shuffling them a little bit, and your card popped out to me, so I'm not going to second guess it. Alright, so we got Pisces, we got the 6 of Cups. It's upright. It's a great energy for this week, alright? 6 of Cups is, well, how I understand it is it's pleasure, alright? So it's a lot about like celebration and stuff. Let's see what the book has to say. And it can be a sexual energy too, because it's the water emotion with the number 6, which is very number 6 in general has a lot to do with sex. I mean, in the major arcana, it's epitomized by the Lovers, which is a very sexual card. But let's just look at what it says here. It says, nostalgia creativity. Sweetness is flowing with a sense of nostalgia for your past. It's a time of innocence and creative spontaneity. The violet stream symbolizes joy and creativity. So it's kind of like just an abundance of good feeling. Just a satisfaction energy. Maybe something from your past is coming back into your life, and it's just a beautiful experience that you're going to have through the week. Some sort of pleasure. Maybe you're just going to have pleasure in the day-to-day, because that's the Virgo stellium energy. It's all about routine and work. So maybe you're finding some sort of pleasure actually in your work. And this stellium for you, Pisces, is falling into your 7th house. So the 7th house is about partnerships and love and marriage and, business partnerships. So this could be definitely a week for you to experience a lot of pleasure with, if you have a partner, like a marriage partner or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatnot, or maybe new love. Maybe somehow someone from your past, maybe a past love, something like that. That would definitely be symbolized by this energy. And it also could have to do with finding love at work, because it's got this Virgo stellium, which is all about work and routine. So, or somebody in your day-to-day that you haven't really connected to on this level, they could just all of a sudden appear as an important person in your life and a love interest. All right, everyone. All right, Pisces. Everybody have a great week. I'm going to try to get another video out this time on Monday next week instead of Tuesday like this week. I struggled yesterday. I did my best. But you know what? These 2 videos that I made today, very satisfied with them. All right, everybody. Have a good one.